Okay, I'm going to cover a couple things here. First, I want to relate my dream last night. Yeah, my dreams are always weird. I rarely have a dream that makes any sense, but seems I'd now, I've had a cell phone for about 10, 15 years, but I landline and I had a pager that I kept, back in the day. I've had a pager probably 20, 25 years, but if you probably a lot of younger kiddos that have never seen a pager, but little radio device. Now their first generation was just audio. Someone would call up, particular. Each pager had its own phone number, but you'd call up his number and you'd speak in it. Okay, this is Mrs. Smith. My air conditioner's broken. Call me at. They give it. And they'd actually give the phone number. And then when it cleared, you actually get the text. Actually get the voice, and you'd have to write her phone number down real quick. Or a lot of times I'd remember numbers. Of my customers that I had for a long time. But anyway, the second generation was all digital. You dial up each digital pager had its own phone number. You dial it up, and then you would punch. So and then you'd punch it. Punch the number you wanted to call. And a lot of people would just put, even if they weren't emergency, they'd put 911 after the number just so that you'd do the emergency. I always got back to people as quick as I could, no matter what, if it 911 or what. But anyway, it seems I'd got a phone number, but I had trouble remembering the number, and it seems like I had a job at this one house. And for some reason, I just walked in there. It's something I would never do. I would knock. But it seemed like the homeowners were there. I didn't think that they're there, but for some reason I had to be there anyway. But everybody, the homeowners, had no problem with being, with me being there. And for some weird reason, instead of using the existing phone that was there, I wired up some weird-looking telephone. It was a really weird-looking phone, and I picked it up, and the lady was speaking, so I hung it up real quick. And then I said, "Well, I've got a cell phone on me," which I said, "This doesn't make any sense." But I was trying to remember the number. I dialed up one number. I couldn't remember the name of the customer that had called me. It was a business. This business hasn't been. It was a hardware store. This business hasn't been there. Hasn't been in existence for maybe 20, 25 years. The owner had died, but anyway, I was supposedly in my dream this was a real hardware store, but I couldn't remember the name of it. And I called up and I tried to remember. I said, "I'm not sure if I got the right phone number. Did you have trouble with the air conditioner?" And they said, "I don't think so." And let me check with the guy back here in that part of the building. And about that point in time, I woke up. So make of that as you will. That was my dream. Like I said, so as Sigmund Freud said, sometimes a dream is just a dream. Now, I remember Carl Jung was Swiss, but I don't remember. I'm thinking Sigmund Freud was German. He's either German or Swiss, but I'll look him up sometime just so I can quote him. But I have no idea if Sigmund Freud would. I have no idea what. Sigmund Freud, if he were alive today, and I laid down if I were willing to lay down on his couch and let him psychoanalyze me, I can see several books, written by him, because he did write several books about. Let's see. The second thing I was going to cover. Now there's a lady. There's actually two ladies that. The very similar content, they're ghosts, paranormal. One of them does true crime type, in addition to the ghost and paranormal stuff. But now there was a storyline in one of these ladies' videos that included paper map. And I don't know if the lady got idea from one of them. I don't know if she's watching my videos or not, because I've referenced her, but I've never commented on one of her videos. So I have no idea if she even knows about my channel exists or not. But anyway, let me give you a couple storylines for some videos. There's something I just come up with, within this morning. But you've got to include the name James in it, so I know you're referencing me. And if you do that, I'm not real good at storytelling, but I can come up with some pretty vivid storylines. But let's say. I'm not coming up with some more, but let's say James goes to a place that sells used electronics, and he finds, like Citizens Band radio, CB radio. This is a 40-channel sideband rig, and it needs a little bit of repair, but it's not too bad a shape. And he fixes it up and puts a really decent antenna on there. But there's only one voice he gets, and this guy seems to be from his future, but. this guy gives him like life advice and dating advice. Now he says, "Hey, I know this one chick. She works in a store." And this guy said, "Well, the chick may not be the best for you. I can, you're gonna marry her. You're gonna be married for about 15, 20 years. You're gonna have several kids, but by the time these kids leave leave the house, and you get some pretty decent life insurance on you, she's gonna give you." A drink with some some antifreeze in it, and you're going to end up dying for the insurance money. And the guy said, "Well, what's this other lady?" He goes, "Well, yeah, you're going to have 2 kids with this lady, but she's going to divorce you, and you're going to end up losing a fair chunk of the stuff that you spent up time building." And you pick up another lady. "Oh, this lady's no good for either." He said, "Dude, you're better off staying single." Now, let me give you another storyline. In a different store, this guy finds an old shortwave radio. This is it's got HF and shortwave. From 500 kilohertz to about 32 megahertz, something like that. But this has got sideband on it, and it's an old tube type radio from the 1940s. And as the paper capacitors don't age well, he has to go. He spends some time, restoring restoring this radio. But when he does get it right, does get it operational, puts up a really good antenna. This radio will only pick up broadcasts from the 1940s. This guy is fluent in English, and he knows English, Spanish, French, German. To various degrees, where you can understand but like I said, this only picks up, it'll pick up, the music from the 40s and the broadcast, and he picks up some very, very interesting, propaganda broadcast, out of Germany and out of Germany-occupied France. He picks up some stuff in French that doesn't make any sense to him. Just putting that out there as a storyline. And you can, and I gave you another paranormal one about the haunted. In this scenario, James is a AC guy, and he runs this house with various things in the house are haunted. The electrical system, the lights do weird stuff. The heating cooling system does really weird stuff. Just give you some storylines out there you can feed off of. Like I said, you can your imagination is probably more creative than mine, but I'm just giving you the storyline. But your main center of the story has got to be James. Otherwise, I might not continue these because there wouldn't be any point to doing these unless I know somebody else is making use out of them. Okay, bye. If you want to email me, repairman@jamesgodman@yahoo.com. That goes to that Wiccan chick that wants somebody to attend that. What's that festival that they do in the spring that you go out dancing naked? There's actually several of those that I'm kind of think. The Wiccans do some really cool stuff, and not going to attribute Wiccan, but I'll attend some of your ceremonies just out of curiosity, or the pagan. I don't know if they're Wiccan or pagan. They may be pagan, but they sound cool. Okay, bye. Love you all.